Hello, my friends. Welcome to my home studio in the beautiful Catskill Mountains in upstate New York. I am John Morrell. As usual, I'm here. And today I am doing a tag forwarded to me by my man Tyler over at Simply Fragrances. And the tag is five fragrances that give you confidence. Let's do it.
John Morrell, Fragrance Review. Here comes the swag. John Morrell, Fragrance Review. Here comes the swag. Fresh and dope like heroin soap. That man's got swag.
All right, first off, I want to be very honest. Every fragrance I wear gives me confidence because that's why I wear my fragrances, right? I feel good when I wear them. I feel confident. So they all make me feel confident. And I feel like I'm usually confident anyway, which comes from a lifetime of making a lot of crappy mistakes and hopefully learning from them. So I'm pretty confident in every fragrance that I wear. But I did my best to narrow it down to 5. And I tried to make them all different. So that's kind of how I limited because I could have put all my fragrances, 200 fragrances, and really, I would say. But so let's start it off. Now, if I've reviewed these fragrances before, you can go back, and I'll let you know. You can go back into my video archive and check out the full review. So I won't get way deep into these fragrances if I've done a review on them. And I think I've done a review on all of them except for maybe one. And so I'll give you a little bit on that one. A little bit more on that one than usual. Okay, but let's start with the first fragrance. I've done a review on this, and this makes me feel ultra confident. And I've said this before, and it makes you feel like you have your shit together. Excuse my language, your crap together, however you want to say it. All right, but it is, and you guessed it if you watch the channel, Chris Collins African Rooibos. Chris Collins African Rooibos, best tea scent I've ever experienced. So it's amazing. It's pricey, but it is a boss fragrance. So there you go. That is the first fragrance. Again, African Rooibos by Chris Collins. All right, second fragrance. I've also reviewed on this channel, so head back into the video archives, check it out if you're interested. But this absolutely makes me feel confident because I think this is a fragrance, I've said it before, where I feel like I'm on the French Riviera, or I feel like I'm at some event where they pull me to the front of the line, and that is Carte Blanche by Navitus Parfums. And that is an inspired fragrance by Monica Cho, who is a content creator. So again, Carte Blanche by Navitus Parfums, very upscale smelling. There's an almond that smooths it out. It's a year-round fragrance. So there you go. Second one, Carte Blanche. Third fragrance on the list for fragrances that make you feel confidence or give you confidence, and I am talking about Zaharoff Signature Noir. And I like all three of the original, I guess I'm not the OG, right? But the recent original releases by Zaharoff, the Signature Royale, and the Signature Noir. I like all three, and they all make me feel confident. But again, we have to narrow it down, right? I can't put them all in. So this is right now, my favorite of the three. Signature Royale has been my favorite of the three. Signature has been my favorite of the three at some point. But right now, I've been wearing this quite a bit, as you can see. And so, Signature Noir. Now, I haven't done a full review of this. I don't believe, but this fragrance is really just amazing, and it does give you that kind of old school, a little bit of that old school barbershop feel, but not quite. I think there's more to it. It's sweet. It does give a little. I really dig this. So the basil, the pink pepper, the mandarin orange, the bergamot, it gives you a little bit of that citrus, but I feel a sweetness to it. There's probably a little bit of that pink pepper, the middle notes, ginger. I love ginger in a fragrance. I just do, and I think that gives a little spiciness with the pink pepper. The anise, which I have said anise for a long time, but I know it's anise. So base notes, agarwood, Australian sandalwood, tonka bean. I love this fragrance. I do, and when I put it on, it makes me feel like the man. So yeah. So again, Zaharoff Signature Noir, number 3 on fragrances that give me confidence. The fourth fragrance that gives me confidence is something that makes me feel like a king. It really does. This is, man, the I don't even know what to say. I have done a review on this, so I'm not going to get way into it, but it's Guerlain's Santal, let's do that. Santal Royale. Santal Royale from Guerlain. And this fragrance is just unbelievable. It's definitely my Hall of Fame. I'm going to do a Hall of Fame video at some point, but it's definitely my Hall of Fame because it is just, the performance on it all around is outrageous. I mean, this is a 12-hour fragrance, and it projects really well for the first few hours. And but it makes you feel like you're royalty. Everything in this fragrance is just pretty damn amazing. So again, fourth fragrance, Santal Royale by Guerlain. All right, this next fragrance may surprise you because I don't think I've mentioned it before, so I'll talk a little bit more about it. But this, I tried to give you all different fragrances, which is why I put this one in here. You know, it was tough because there's so many fragrances I really wanted to put in. You know, fragrances I love, but the reason I did is I had a tea fragrance. I had what I consider old school fougere or barbershop fragrance. I had a royal fragrance. I had Carte Blanche, which I consider to be an upscale, kind of almost rich feeling fragrance, right? So I tried to do all different fragrances. So this one I did the same thing. And this one is not something I wear around the house when my wife's around. It's not something I wear even really out. It's a very specific fragrance. I consider this my poker night fragrance. So when you're only hanging out with the guys, and the reason is this does have an old school vibe to it. But if you've ever been into a cigar humidor, a walk-in humidor, this is what this smells like. And so it's very masculine. My wife doesn't dig it at all because she doesn't really dig that old school vibe. So even though she does like tobacco fragrances, and this does have a fresh tobacco leaf in it, she doesn't dig this fragrance. So it's Havana. It's an old school 1994, I believe this came out. Havana by Aramis. And this is a very old school fragrance, but it smells like a humidor, a walk-in humidor. So it's just amazing. And so I love to play poker with this, smoke cigars, play cards with the guys, and it just fits in, right? It smells good in that environment. This is not going to be a date night fragrance. This isn't even going to be like a barbecue fragrance, really, unless it's a barbecue with the guys, in my opinion. This is one of the most masculine fragrances I own. And like I always say, anyone can wear anything. But to me, this is a super masculine fragrance. And I think for me, it gives me a lot of confidence. When I show up to the poker game wearing this, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to smoke a cigar. I'm ready to play some cards. Let's do it. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about pick the poker game. I'm ready to play some Texas Hold'em. Let's do it. So that's what this fragrance is. Havana by Aramis. And again, I could put 100 fragrances here, but that was my number 5. So there's 5 fragrances that give me confidence. And I'd love to tag someone, but no one ever does the tags. I don't think they watch my videos. I think only my people watch. So there you go. So no one does my tag. So I'm not going to bother tagging anybody. If you want to do it and you're watching this, do it. But besides that, it's cool. Thank you, Tyler, for tagging me on this. Cool tag. And I'm going to come up with a tag soon. Good one, too. I got to think of it. All right. We out.
John Morel, Fragrance Review. Here comes the swag. John Morel, Fragrance Review. Here comes the swag. Fresh and dope like heroin soap. That man's got swag.